Ah man, now that we're back into the swing of things on this channel, why not go back to what I do best, reviews and opinions. And of course, Kirby and the Forgotten Land was definitely a game I wanted to look at on this channel. And now that I completed the main game, here we are. I know, I still need to finish Pokemon Legends and Ghostwire Tokyo is about to drop. So many games coming out, but let's get into it. So Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the newest installment in the mainline Kirby series, and second main Kirby game on the Nintendo Switch. The first game that was released on the Switch was Star Allies, and I recently did a revisit episode on that. So if you want my opinion on that title, I'll leave a link in the description. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a pretty big deal for a lot of people, and it was definitely a game that was getting tons of buzz. Well, first off, this is Kirby's first true jump into a 3D space, which is jarring seeing that Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, and even Metroid made those jumps on much earlier hardware. You would think the Nintendo 64 would be Kirby's 3D debut with Kirby 64, but even then, it was still on the 2D plane. Now, besides Kirby's Air Ride on the GameCube and a couple 3DS minigames, this is Kirby's first full 3D adventure. Wow. Now, we can go all into what took HAL Laboratories and Nintendo so long to get to this point, but honestly, it's not important. The fact is, we finally have a full 3D Kirby game, and damn is it good. Looking at this game's plot, Kirby has never been known for its complex stories, and the same can be said about this title. Essentially, there is a rift in time and space, and I don't know if it's just me, but this seems to be a common story beat in many video games nowadays. But this tear has pulled Kirby and many of the Wallabies in, and now we're starting our adventure in this post-apocalyptic world, which in itself is pretty scary when you think about it. Like, what really happened here? Where are the humans? Definitely giving me Last of Us vibes. But you know the drill, Kirby and his friends are off to explore this world to find a way back to his home planet, Popstar. Now of course, on top of that, Kirby must rescue as many Wallabies as he can in order to stop whatever malicious plan is in the works. Plot-wise, this is what I expect from a Kirby game. Nothing really mind-blowing or even complex, but I did enjoy what the story had to offer here, and it's pretty much the reason why we're getting these environments that we never got in games prior. The gameplay. The Kirby formula translates perfectly in the 3D space. If you played any of the mainline Kirby games, the controls work exactly how you would expect. Kirby still has the iconic float, suck, and copy abilities. This game also introduces some new mechanics, the most notable being the mouthful mode, which was introduced in one of the pre-release trailers for the game itself. When I first saw mouthful mode, I was a little skeptical, but after playing the game, I absolutely love it. In mouthful mode, Kirby will use his suck ability to inhale objects like cars, traffic cones, and other things. This will allow Kirby to expand his arsenal, and this will bring some really fun and cool gameplay mechanics to the forefront. For an example, like being able to use this traffic cone to smash cracks in the ground to find secrets, or you could take on this vending machine, which you can use sodas as projectiles. Like I said, this is a great way to switch up the gameplay and keep the game fresh throughout the levels. Kirby still has his iconic copy ability, and the way the game handles them, I love it. I'll explain. Now, just like previous Kirby titles, you have abilities like Sword, Fire, Needle, and much more. But this game allows you to permanently upgrade these and evolve these techniques. That's right, you can go from a basic Sword Kirby to slashing blue beams out of your sword like Meta Knight, or go from a regular fire move to a Dragon Fire. Again, I love this. Hidden throughout the levels, you'll find these blueprints, which will allow you to upgrade your abilities back at the Wallaby Village. Now, Wallaby Village, as you rescue these guys throughout the adventure, the village gets larger and larger, unlocking things like a storefront, battle arena, and much more. So yeah, rescue these guys whenever you can. Now the levels themselves. These were the highlight for me, and when you combine great gameplay with awesome level design, that's all you need to get me hooked on the game. I literally could not put this game down because it was just so fun. Structurally, I heard people kind of compare it to Mario Odyssey, but I would say it's more like Mario 3D World due to the linear nature and all the little mini challenges baked into each level. It's great. In this game, you're exploring abandoned cities, malls, tropical areas, and much more. My personal favorite area in this game, hands down, is the abandoned theme park. I love these levels so much aesthetically, and it just does some very interesting things level design wise, but all the levels have amazing design and fun factor, so you can't go wrong with any of these stages. Oh, the music, mwah, chef's kiss. Simply amazing. In between stages, you have these challenges that you would need to do in order to get these stars, which you can use alongside the blueprints to get more powerful power-ups. These challenge levels are really fun and really test your skills in using these abilities. It's fun. Now the boss fights. I love the sense of scope of these fights and how the game uses different camera angles and such. I can't say that I had a hard time with any of these bosses until I got to the giant armadillo. Oh, and that final boss fight? Whew. One of the best boss fights I've ever had in any Kirby game, hands down. I don't want to spoil too much since this game is still fairly new, but man, will I have a blast. Overall, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is easily one of the best first-party offerings that Nintendo has. The stage design, the music, just the entire package is great. The only gripe that I have with this game, I did notice some frame rate issues here and there, but it doesn't take away from the overall adventure. The game is definitely worth the asking price, and due to all the many challenges each level offers, replayability is all there. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.